A very good evening to everyone. I'm Sivapriya, heading New Product Development and R&D at Eastern. I'm very proud to be representing a company that is fostering the growth of women. 60% of our workforce are women. Pivotal roles in senior leadership are held by women, around 50% again. Even at the shop floor, it's a whole buzz of women in the shop floor doing the same labor as what a male counterpart would do. So I'm very, very proud to be representing Eastern here today. It's been a long day. We've been hearing a lot of wonderful messages of empowerment from speakers before me. As I listened to these messages, I was looking back at a time when I stepped out of school, college, and I was ready to chart my roadmap for the future. And I thought to myself, boy, we didn't have forums like these and opportunities like this back then. Back then, our role models were persons from home. They were teachers from schools and institutions, probably characters from books and novels, and probably characters from movies. So my take on women empowerment today would be a personal narrative, something that is stemmed out of personal experiences, things that have shaped me personally and professionally. So today's topic, I was just looking at the topic, there were 5 E's, and I'm going to link these E's with some words of my own. Speaking of the first E, enable, I'd like to take you back to my roots. I've grown in a large family, and my grandparents had 7 children, 5 of whom were women, 3 of whom were doctors, a pediatrician, a gynecologist, and a surgeon. It was a house full of cousins, boys and girls. We grew up with a lot of vitamin D. We were always out soaking up the sun, climbing trees, jamun trees. We ate them from the tree, and we stained our tongues pink. The boys also stained their tongues pink. We played 7 stones, a very rough game. And when we came back after play, we came back home, my grandmom used to serve us equal dollops of butter, rice, sambar, and curd. Never have I ever faced a situation where I was told, you eat after the boys, or help out in the kitchen. Grandma treated us the same. She used to always tell us to go out and play. She instilled deep values of prayer in us and always, always just told us, go do your own thing. I have never grown up feeling any gender differentiation. And so I owe my grandma for enabling this foundation that I'm in no way lesser because I'm a woman. Talking about the second E, excel, I'd like to draw attention to the word skill sets. Now, as a mother of twin girls, I can very emphatically say that no 2 persons are the same. My twin girls, they're just 2 minutes apart. They are identical twins. They share the same zodiac, obviously. Even the Malayalam star sign is the same. But their personalities are so different. So each one of us are actually endowed with unique skills. It can be anything. I mean, some of you may have a creative edge. Some of you may be good with analytics. Some of you may be good with finances and numbers. Identify your skill sets. Identify your skill sets and let that be your best foot forward, okay? I've looked at all the times at work, at the accomplishments, and when I have been rewarded, and it has been because of my skill sets, and that was what I put forward, and that was what I was rewarded for. So I think very, very important in order to excel is to identify your uniqueness. A couple of speakers ahead of me also spoke about this, and it is very true. You identify that, and that should be your best foot forward, and just see how it'll do wonders for you. Thirdly, I'd like to talk about setbacks. Have you all read the book Alice in Wonderland? Yeah, it's a childhood book, okay, fictitious. It's a very wonderful book. Actually, it talks a lot about dreams. It talks about being curious. It has a lot of life lessons, the sense of having a direction in life. Actually, what struck to me was that Alice had to actually take a fall to get to Wonderland. Setbacks can be very, very important. As important and rewarding as your accomplishments, setbacks can actually help you exceed, okay? I want to talk about something that happened to me at college. I was a very shy girl in school, but college was a turning point. And I remember that I draw, I paint, but I'm not an orator. So in one of the intercollegiate festivals, we had the nutrition and dietetics department had to be represented by a speaker that will speak for a topic and one speaker who will speak against the topic. So my professor chose a girl who was very good in oration, and she asked me, no, we have no choice, we need you to speak. I said, ma'am, no, I can't do this. I've never spoken in front of an audience before. And she said, no, it's okay, no problem, just give it a shot. And I remember after my friend spoke for the topic, she spoke very well. And after that, I remember going up to the stage, and I had one look at the audience, and I just froze. I forgot my lines totally. I just developed cold feet, and I didn't know what to do next. As I looked forward, I could see my teacher sitting at the back, and she just nodded her head quietly, saying, just go on, keep going on. And at that point, I picked up the piece of paper in my hand, and I just read the speech. I didn't walk away, I didn't cry, I didn't walk away, turn my back at the situation. It felt terrible, but I stood there, and I did finish the speech. I didn't win, but I did the job. And facing that setback, actually, it set a lot of things for me. I did a lot of introspection. I mean, I actually faced fear right at the face, and I know how it felt to be standing in front of an audience, to have cold feet, to panic. I know what that feeling felt, and doing it the next time was so much easy. I went on in my career span. For a brief stint, I became a corporate trainer. That girl who was shy, who fumbled up her first speech, I was delivering speeches for corporate etiquette, on work-life balance, stress management, and emotional intelligence to large groups of corporates and government offices. So setbacks can actually be as rewarding as an accomplishment. And don't let the setback cripple you, just learn from it. Try to introspect and learn from it, and it'll help you exceed. The fourth E was Energize. Now, in order to energize, especially for women, I must lay emphasis on me time, the value of me time. Of course, we are nurturers, we are providers, we are givers, but let not that process of giving wean you of shedding parts of yourself and not replenishing yourself with nourishment and energy. My me time is art. Okay, for you it can be anything again. You can find your me time, either do yoga or singing or dance, shopping, spa, whatever it is. Do you want to go to a restaurant and order pav bhaji and say, bhai sahab, isme thoda aur makkan dalo? Just so be it. Do it. Indulge in your me time and see how that 10 to 15 minutes of me time can revitalize you and energize you. That time, you should be very selfish with that time. It's totally for you, not to be shared with children, spouse, friends. No, that is your quality time, and it is much needed for us to revitalize and energize ourselves. Art, for me, is very, very therapeutic, and that 15-minute to 20-minute break that I do, it just sets the day on a very, very positive note. Lastly, I would like to come to the last word, E, empower. Now, when my children were very young, probably at kindergarten, they formed this club with another girl in the colony, and they came back to me and they said, Mom, we formed this club, it's called the AG Club. So I said, oh, what's AG? And they said the safety is a primary focus. So the last E would be to empower your dream. I've come to the end of the speech. I just want to tell all of you that this has been my take on today's topic on the 5 E's. Don't forget to, your passion, your dream. Don't forget about the setbacks. Setbacks can be very propelling. Exceed and excel. I would like to quote, I want to just draw an instance again. I'm very actively associated with the company's campaigns on women empowerment. We have a wonderful initiative called the Bhumika, where common women, every International Women's Day, common women are rewarded across 4-5 states across India, and the nominations are just among common women where they have contributed to a greater need to the society. They are rewarded. And it's wonderful to be part of this initiative. I always leave the hall with a lot of goosebumps just hearing the stories. In one of this occasion of Bhumika, a reporter came up to me and said, ma'am, today we have so many women coming out, working. So many of them are, following their dream, following their passion. Why do you think it is necessary? Why do you think it is important that we still have programs like these? And that set me thinking, oh yes, of course. I said, yes, we have progressed. We have come out, but have crimes against women stopped? Aren't there still parts in India where our basic rights for food and nutrition or any other basic rights still being denied? I don't think we should stop. We should continue these wonderful initiatives such as what IWN is doing. This should keep going on. And I'd like to leave with a quote from Rupi Kaur. There are mountains growing beneath our feet that cannot be contained all that we have endured. It has prepared us for this. Bring your hammers and fists. We have a glass ceiling to shatter. Let's leave this place roofless. So let's have these kind of programs. Let's keep doing them till our women race don't have any glass ceiling above their head and all they can see is a blue sky. So thank you.